In this episode, I will share a story of a true simp in the Philippines. He writes on Reddit by saying, I am a disabled veteran with PTSD, and I know that. I get the right medicine for it, and I admit that. Remember, I have been wounded twice, once in my back and my leg. I am trying to do everything for this Filipina, and all she wants to do is put off on getting married and make excuses at every corner. It sounds like she's hiding something or scared of real commitment. I have chose to move to the Philippines and change everything that I have to deal with this out here. I even have 8 boxes of my stuff to move here, but I'm scared because I don't believe I will always be with her. And if I move, I don't believe I can put everything in my car. So I'm waiting until I have a permanent residence, a place to live. Question is, should I keep on trying or go back to the US to get a disabled veteran service dog to come back and live with me because I've asked this girl over 100 times to get married after millions of fights. Please help me and tell me what to do. I'm in Cebu and want to move to IT Park, but this girl is driving me crazy and so mad, even if I have plenty of Xanax for me being calm. What should I do? Get a service dog and forget this relationship? Remember, this relationship is 3 years in the making as well. Please help. This man, I believe, we shared one of his stories in the past, or just another simp, desperate man in the Philippines. Aside from the fact that he's a wounded veteran, let's put that behind us, and the fact that he has PTSD, this is the perfect example, the prime target for any Filipina. This is the golden goose, the golden hen, someone that is an unlimited source of income for these women. And the reason why she does not marry you or want to marry you is very simple. One of two factors. One, which I'm pretty certain 100% or at least 99% is the real reason she is previously married. And if you want to get married, she could not in the Philippines. For she's already married and cannot remarry without clarifying that to you. In which case, she will lose her access to the walking ATM she has had for the past 3 years. Number two, she simply does not want to. But I strongly believe it's number one. Aside from those things, you do not sound like a man, despite your hardship. Does not matter. Therefore, women are not interested in a relationship or marriage. They simply see you as a walking ATM. The same as for men, when we meet women that we only want to sleep with and nothing more, we do not commit. They are good for one thing and one thing only. We do not see a future with them. And the same goes with this woman. She does not see a future with you, therefore continuously making excuses to not marry you. James says, your desperation and neediness is making things worse. Stop trying to force situations and definitely drop that woman who is clearly not good for you. But again, your neediness and desperation are clouding your judgment. Precisely. And other people have also said, you are naive and inexperienced. Making an ultimatum is the biggest sign of neediness. No help with money except me. Also simping hard. Relying on money to garner loyalty. Just pay for your play because you already seem to anyways. Dude, no offense. Don't take this personally. Get your life together by whatever means and drop that parasite from your life. Leave the Philippines and go back home. Your mind is all sorts of mad and clouded. Get well and be happy with yourself before even trying to have a serious relationship. Excellent advice by this person. I completely agree. It makes perfect sense. Focus on yourself and hope that at the end you are a better man, therefore can obtain a better woman, or at least someone that's in it for you. It should not be difficult since you're paying for it anyways. At least, hopefully, you get someone proper in return that does care for you. Although you do seem naive and not the type of person a woman would want to prioritize. Frozen says, after what life has thrown at you, you do not need nor deserve this kind of behavior. You are a high-value man, literally. And if she does not want to marry you, it is her loss. I suggest you get out of Cebu for a couple weeks. Take the ferry to Bohol and Dumaguete and relax and clear your mind. Buy a new SIM card somewhere. You can stay in the country for nearly 3 years on a tourist visa. I don't think you need to have a girlfriend lined up in order to decide if moving here is the right thing for you. Sorry to be blunt, but you hold all the cards here and are not beholden to anyone. As for the dog, I am not a vet, but I have a friend in Subic who has a support animal that was arranged by the VA in Manila. I don't know if this would be something that could help you, but certainly keep it in mind. Very good points made by some of these people. The dog situation, I do not know. I am not certain what happens in that case, but I would hate to own a dog in the Philippines. That's for obvious reasons. One more person by the name of Empathy says, can you not go back to the US for 6 months, reset yourself, and get all your military payments in order, put your stuff in storage, and try again next year, refreshed and ready mentally and physically to start over this country? As for not being here due to your health, this is a direct response to the comment, quote, Philippines is not the place for you, from a previous commenter. Listen, my friend, you, of all people, should know that we only have one life, and I would rather die saying I enjoyed it than saying if only I did that. If you can, go home, hit the reset button, do some research on other areas of the Philippines, and try and wait until you are here to meet that girl. Good luck with whatever way you choose to go on this one. The OP says, I have no family either. This is why I kind of pressed on getting married because if I'm alone, I'm scared. I won't live long. I have no family besides her, and I honestly don't consider her any family. For example, I came outside with her this morning and broke my ankle, and she just watched me there as I was screaming in pain, and all she could do is say, be quiet, the neighbors will hear you. I told her, fuck you, because it hurts, and I need a splint and some pain medicine. At this point, I will stop reading this person's story. It does not provide any benefit to any of us, except for remind us all that there are men out here behaving this way, thus creating this culture of simply women chasing money because desperate men like him, whatever their situation or scenario is, will provide these women with money regardless of how they treat them. Imagine being in a relationship where you break your ankle and the first thing the woman tells you is to be quiet because of the neighbors. She's too embarrassed and cares more of what the neighbors think than of your health. I don't understand men these days, regardless of the age or physical or mental health. I would simply rather be alone for the rest of my life than to be a financial piggy bank for someone who does not care about me whatsoever. It makes no sense to me. Before we read today's best and worst comment, you can share your opinions regarding this story. I want to hear your thoughts. What bothers you about someone like this? Someone that has no spine, perhaps even literally because he's been wounded, but aside from that joke, it's a real concern. For men like this ruining the dating scene for anyone that's normal. It's men like this and other men simply P for P, but we people we try to have a regular relationship have to pay for it because no one wants us since we will not just be a piggy bank. And it's just the situation these days in the Philippines. It is all changed. It makes no sense to me anymore. Now it's time to show you a catfish of the day. Tell me, how do you go from this to this? Another reminder that these women will lie to you. They will post photos of themselves as teenagers, 10 years ago, maybe even when they were in middle school, and still think that's what they look like. They don't realize that just because they like that photo doesn't mean they look like that now. They don't realize the importance of 20 years or 10 years of gaining weight and eating whatever they want, like Jollibee, and they think that has no effect on their body. They don't realize that online is mainly visual. If we like what we see, we may click or press yes. But if you do not look like that, then of course, when we meet you, if we meet you, we do not want that. It is now time to read the best and worst comments from yesterday. The best comment is from Johnny. If she knew your ticket was $1,000 and you only spent $3 on her, tampo time. Do not tolerate tampo. You're not dating a child. If any woman behaves like a kid, tell them to walk out. There is no worst comment from yesterday's video. Subscribe to spread the truth and please the YouTube overlords. Thanks for watching. God bless.